What's good, man? It's the Clenz. So, hear me out on this. I think this may help some people out that are experiencing life. All right, for lack of better words. And have you guys ever observed that much of the good in your life, much of the accomplishments and different types of breakthroughs and opportunities and things of this nature, they tend to come not during times of pursuit, not during times of focused energy, not during times of work, but actually during times of rest, during times of introspection, during times of being completely in the moment, maybe after you do work, maybe in between you're doing work, maybe when you're not even thinking about work. And I see that all the time. It happens for me all the time, is that, my mind will convince me that, oh, you know what, when the fuck is an opportunity gonna come? When the fuck is an opportunity gonna come? And as soon as I stop asking that question, the opportunity comes. So I started to think about how this really works. And I started to think about, the negative and the positive. Okay, I started to think about our brains. All right. And as many of you know, we have been programmed to essentially operate primarily from our left hemisphere of the brain. Okay, and that is all about separation. That is all about logic. Okay, that is all about analysis. That is all about, ambition, all of the things that, we admire in people that, are just going through life. Okay, that's the left side of the brain. We have been emphasized or taught to emphasize that point of view. Okay, now the right side of the brain is actually the opposite. It doesn't really interpret separation. It actually looks for and identifies the interconnectivity within all that is. Okay, and it is about imagination. Okay, it is about the moment, right? It is about the beauty and the creativity and all of the vast information, rather than us looking at it through the analytical lens piece by piece. This particular point of view basically has us taking in everything at once and being so overwhelmed, so amazed, and so grateful for all that is, because we don't see it separate, right? And when you get in those frames of mind, it opens up something. Okay, and what I'm trying to get at is, when we put in the work, okay, necessary, it is only during times of rest, it is only during times of reflection that the growth actually is able to materialize. Okay, now the greatest example that I could provide to illustrate how this works is exercise. Okay, so when you're exercising and you're working out, you're doing all of this work, and you're putting in as much effort as you possibly can, into what you do. So you're putting in as much effort into what it is you're doing, giving it all you got, to the point of where you can't anymore. You feel like your arms is gonna fall off, feel like your legs is gelatin, et cetera, and it doesn't really matter though, because the growth actually comes when you rest. The growth actually comes when you're not thinking about the growth. The growth actually comes when you are in the moment and you just allow yourself to be. Okay, now that is the cause and effect, and that is the similarity between what it is I'm saying now, because I think that creation comes through acknowledging and utilizing the left and the right hemisphere of the brain, because we can't have one without the other. Negative and positive, male and female, etc., etc., those forces have to be used in order to create in this reality. So when you allow yourself to utilize the left side of the brain through intent, through focus, through work, right, through the separation, through the logic, through whatever you want to call it, right, that frame of mind, that point of view that is harbored on that side of the hemisphere, when you just put in all the work possible till you can't anymore, right, till you just whatever, and that's all subjective based on your energy level, but you put in all the work till you possibly can, right, you utilize that side of the brain, and then give yourself some time to relax, right? Go walk on a beach, go ride a bike on a bike trail, go talk to some friends, right? Go watch a funny movie, right? Because that's how you balance out the two spheres. That's how you balance out the energy. That's how you create, is when you utilize both ends of the spectrum. So, something to think about. I know that for many watching, it probably is coming at the perfect time. So try it out and let me know how it works. But until next time.